So because we're doing chalk pastel, which is dry, I do not need this back paper. It's only for when we're doing wet stuff. So I'm gonna grab my chalk pastels. And the fun thing, I have to tell you, chalk pastel is my favorite. It's my absolute favorite. And I have to tell you that these chalk pastels are kind of unique in that they don't have purple. So we're really going to need our color theory in order to do this one. So we're going to start the same way we did with the watercolor. And we're going to slice it into quarters. Ish is okay. We like ish here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Da, da, da. Close enough. And then we're gonna guesstimate our 3 pieces. Maybe you're a little bit more. Go from this. So we're guesstimating these 3 pieces, here and here. You're gonna want to go super light with your pencil. I'm just going darker so that you can see it. We're gonna take this and we're gonna bring it through the middle of your circle as much as you can. So I'm gonna bring it from here to here, bring it through. Remember to go lightly in case it is not what you want. I had to erase one of mine on the watercolor one. There we go. And those look pretty even. Those look like pretty even slices. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just guesstimating. Sure, let's go with that. There we go. All right. So you see we have all of our colors, and I'm going to go ahead and number these again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Grab my red and go ahead. We're starting with our primary colors, and you can kind of see my watercolor one over here for reference. So we're going to do red in the 1 again. Now, something to know about chalk pastel is it can get messy, and that's one of the things that I love about it. So I'm going to go here. The other thing is I might have enough chalk here to actually just go ahead and rub it in. It doesn't look like I do quite yet, so I'm going to add some more. And you can always use a tissue if you want, but I like to use my hands because I like to get my hands dirty. And if it starts bleeding over to the other edges, that's okay. That's totally fine. All right, now my hands have red on them, which means that if I pick up my yellow pastel, they're going to be pretty gruesome. So I get a wet tissue and go ahead and wipe my hands off as much as I can. You don't have to every time. It's kind of like washing off your brush. You don't have to every time that you use it, but it's helpful for if you're doing something specific, like a color wheel. All right. As I told y'all, I'm not really cracking jokes today. I'm sorry. Maybe another day. That one turned out pretty good. You'll have a lot of chalk dust, and what you do with that is up to you. You can blow it on it and like get it out of the way, but remember that chalk goes somewhere, and it is colored chalk. Quite literally the point. Now on your chalk pastels, you have 2 different colors of blue, or shades of blue, I should say. I'm going to use the darker one because it's more like vibrant and such. I'm going to use it on my 9. Yeah, this dark blue really makes me think of like elementary school art class, and you know, where they teach you about the colors. That's kind of what we're doing right now, you know. So right here, perfect. So now we have our red, our yellow, and our blue. Those are our primary colors. Now we need to do our secondary colors. I'm going to start with this orange and do it here because red plus yellow is orange. And we're going to do it in between. That's right, there are going to be two little areas between them. Right like this. Pretty easy to go and do. And then we have our green. I haven't decided which green I want to use. You know, this green looks a little bit more yellow. It's much closer to yellow than this green is. So I'm going to go ahead and use this green. Kind of a true green here. And then we can use that other one as a help for our yellow green if we wanted to. I don't think that we will because, oops, aha, I still had orange on my hands. Whoops, there we go. There we go. Now comes the fun part. So red and blue make purple, but we don't have a purple. So we're gonna need to go ahead and start mixing those. We're gonna grab some red and give us a few dark marks. And then the blue, but remember, blue is more powerful than red. So I'm going to do a little bit less blue. I'm going to start going ahead and rubbing here, mixing. I think that I want a little bit more red, but you get the idea. Now, if you find that your purple is just a little too dark and you can't tell that it's purple, you can always add white to lighten it up a little bit. And you can start seeing a little bit more of that purple color. And that can also help with, white can help with blending too. So there's that purple color. You can see that these two purples are very different. This is much more of a blue purple, whereas I added more red, and so this is more of a red purple. If I wanted it to match this, I could always add a little bit more blue to the mix, right? Blue, purple, and red, purple. So let's just start there. Now we need to get our tertiary colors, so our red, purple, right? So I'm going to add a little bit of blue, but then I'm going to add red, right? And see what it brings us. I'm trying to get a smooth dial from red to blue. This is our red purple part of our dial. If it goes over the circle, that's totally fine. I think I need a little bit more red here. Red down here. And I can start mixing in here, like blurring those lines a little bit more, you know. This is looking a little too red for me, so I'm going to add a little bit more purple, just a little bit, so that it can, or a little bit more blue, sorry. Red to red, purple to purple. Now we're going to do a blue purple. So that's mainly blue with some red, right? And those two look pretty similar, so I might even add a little bit more blue to that mix right there. So blue to blue purple to red purple to red, right? Now I'm gonna start going to this blue green, which means that I might not want any red on my hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe those off. All right. I'm gonna do my green with some added blue to it as well. I looked at my screen and it kind of looked out of focus, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm using chalk pastel, of course it's out of focus. With chalk pastel, if you want it to look more focused, you need to add an outline, a very sharp outline. Alright, that's a pretty smooth transition, almost. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more blue right here to clean up that line. between blue and blue-green. Awesome. All right, now yellow-green. Same deal over again. Green with lots of yellow. Now, like I said before, let's do this. Like I said before, you could use that ready-made yellow-green. Let's see how it compares to what we made. They're pretty similar, honestly. Like, not gonna lie, the one that we made with our yellow and green is very similar to this ready-made yellow-green. So you can tell this is working. Nice work. All right, let's keep going. Yellow-orange. You know what to do. Grab that orange. Don't use a ton of it because it's more powerful than yellow. It's a little less important to do less of the powerful colors in chalk pastel because chalk pastel is super forgiving. But you're definitely going to do more yellow than you are orange for this color, you know. There we go. Right? And last but not least, red-orange. Red is the more powerful color in this situation, so I'm probably going to have to add more orange. There we go. And there we have it. Oh, nah. Let's do a little bit more red. Nice. All right. There we go. And that is our chalk pastel color wheel. All right.